Alright, so I'm recording my screen. First time I've ever done this, and hopefully it works out. Basically, I'm not using the built-in audio on the Windows 10 game recorder because apparently it just sucks. So I'm recording my audio here, and then I'm just with my microphone, and then I'm going to record my screen using this. Okay, so I saw a video from the YouTube channel Custom Offsets, which basically Custom Offsets is a truck modification company. Wheels, tires, and suspension from customoffsets.com, as they say. There's a plug for them. And yeah, well, I'm not really into the business of modding trucks like those guys do. They did a video that really intrigued me, and it was ranking every generation of the Chevrolet pickup trucks. And they used the tier list, the tier maker, so I decided I'm going to do that myself too, because I'm a pretty big fan of Chevy trucks. I like Dodge trucks a little bit more in most cases, but I figured I would go ahead and do this just to see if this is an interesting little thing. So we have, let's see, we've got 6 tiers, if you want to call it. We have amazing, great, good, fair, dislike, and then despise, which we're going to try and only use this one sparingly. So, here we go. Got to start out, of course, with the first generation of trucks. Now, of course, the first, second, and third, and also the fourth gen, they didn't really have a name. The later ones are Silverado, but these were sort of just the trucks. I call them the CKs because they were C for conventional or K for four-wheel drive. But anyway, let's get right into it with the first generation, the 60 through 66 models, which are right here. I am going to go ahead and put these in great. And I put them in great because really, they're awesome. Now, there's really nothing that I have against them, and they're awesome, beautiful, I'd buy them, but there isn't anything that really jumps out at me, per se. Next up, we have the second generation, which is the 67 through 72. You know what? I changed my mind. We're putting that in amazing. And the reason is so that I can put the second generation, 67 through 72, in great. The only thing is that the styling is a little modern, but I still think they are damn good trucks. Okay, third generation, what everyone likes to call the square bodies, also known as the 73 through 87, I'm putting these in amazing. And the reason is simple. Easy to mod, fun, powerful, reliable, dirt cheap, awesome styling. I think that this styling is on par with the first generation. So yeah, got 3. Now we have the GMT 400 platform, which is the 4th generation, the final one to not be called the Silverado. These are very common, and honestly, they're good reason. They're great. And I'm putting this great. This is the 88 through 98, if you're wondering. This goes in great because I think it is on par with the 67 through 72. Not quite as beautiful as the first or third generations. Certainly a little newer, more modern, fairly more reliable. Still fun and still great, just not as good as the top 2 trucks here. Okay, now we're getting into the modern ones, the ones with the Silverado name. So these are kind of out of order here, but the first one is the 5th generation, which would be the 99 through 02 pre-facelift trucks. That would be this one right here. This is the first one to get the Silverado name and the sort of GMT 800 platform. And I am going to go ahead and put these in good. Not as cool as these older ones, but probably my favorite of the modern Silverados. I think that these are great, great trucks. Of course, this introduced the LS engine, easy to mod, great styling, great whatever. Now here's the interesting part. The next one is the facelifted 5th gen, also known as the Cat Eye Silverado. The 03 through 06 and 07 is the Silverado Classic, right here. Believe it or not, I'm actually putting that one in fair, and here's why. Personally, I prefer the 99 to 02 front end here much more than the Cat Eye front end. Now, if you took the GMC front end, the Sierras, they did not do a facelift in 03. I would put those 99 through 06 all in the good category as well. Chevy did the Cat Eye facelift. GMC stayed with this front end. I much prefer the GMC front end and the 99 to 02 over the Cat Eye. Only reason it's not going in dislike is because it's still a good truck minus the front end. The steering wheel design in those is actually a little nicer than the 99 to 02, but I'm going to go ahead and put those in fair. Okay, now we're getting to the modern ones. Now we have the 6th generation, the 07 to 13, right here. And these I am putting in great. There is one thing that stops these trucks, two things that stops them from going in amazing. And here's what it is. The first one is displacement on demand. That is the most evil, horrendous, scary system to ever be put on a vehicle, is displacement on demand. Basically, it's cylinder deactivation. Scary, disgusting, ruins your engine. That is what keeps it out of amazing. And also, the interiors were a little cheap. But here's the thing. The 99 to 06 Silverado was a big difference from the 88 to 98. And personally, I'm not a huge fan of the styling on the 99 to 06. I think, personally, that they hit it out of the ballpark with the styling on the 07 to 13, because what they did is they took it back and made it look a lot more like the modern version of this and this than this. I don't like the roundiness of this. This is a lot more squared, and it literally looks like the modern version of the GMT 400 here. And that's honestly why this goes in great. Alright, we got 3 left. First one up is the 7th generation, and this is the 2014 and 2015 pre-facelift models. And I am going to go ahead and put these in fair. The reason that these go in fair is because while they are decent looking, they're kind of like an updated version of this. I don't like them as much as this, and the interiors are way cheaper. These are cheap, this is cheaper. Okay? Now, adding on to that, we have the 16 through 18 facelift. This I'm actually going to go ahead and put in good, and the only reason I do that is because of the front end. I think that's a little bit of a cooler looking front end than this. Okay? Now, it is time for the final generation, the 2019 and current, and the what do you call it? The 8th generation. This one, dislike. The reason is that goddamn front end. Oh my god, that is hideous for a truck. The styling on these, this would go in the despise category if it wasn't for the fact that the styling is kind of similar to these, minus the front end. But my god, what the hell was going through Chevy's head, GM's head, when they said, yeah, this is an attractive front end. God damn, that is some bad engineering. And I'm not putting it in despise only because it's similar to these. So, there you go. I guess I don't despise any of them. You know, that's kind of funny. Yeah, I don't despise any of them. So yeah, that is Isaac 24's opinion on every single Chevrolet. Now, I'm not including the 3100 step side and the 50s ones and the 40s ones. I'm including ones that are still, not that the old ones aren't coming, but I'm including sort of the modern-y era ones, the 60s and newer. If I do one for Ford, I'm probably not going to include the F1 because that's too old to rank. I'm going to include, well, I don't know. I'll have to research for the Ford. Probably the first Ram will be the D series, or I don't know. I'm going to have to look at it. But yeah, here is, oh, and you got my screensaver. There you go. The tier list for Isaac 24 on Chevrolet trucks. Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe and click like if you like what you see, and follow me on the web, wix.com/theelevatorworld/fans. Bye-bye.